Check out LowryDrug.com or call 704-873-2247. Lowry Drug, your hometown source since 1959. Across from Iredell Memorial Hospital, we are worth the drive. Come see us.
The following is a paid program and does not necessarily reflect the views of WSIC.
I need some real talk. Oh, I need some real talk. Give me some of that real talk.
Today's Real Talk, the show focused on North Carolina real estate. Justin Ckezepis, Claudia Ogrizek of Compass Real Estate, back at it again another week. The market is doing...
Can I be in silence? No, because it's a radio show.
Unfortunately.
It's fine. It's all, it's the same. Crazy.
Still crazy.
It's still crazy. I don't foresee any... I actually, it's the opposite. I do think it's going to be crazier pretty soon. I think it's crazy but calm because elections are coming.
Is that the calm or the crazy part?
It's the calm within the crazy, and then it's going to be crazier.
Like the eye of the storm almost?
Yes.
Right in the
middle.
middle.
After the election, I think it's going to be insane. So I'm getting ready. I'm
Just
getting ready
preparing.
for it. Yes.
How can you organize, right? Because your ultimate goal and mindset in the transaction commonly is the client, making sure they're taken care of through the process.
Yes.
You got 50,000 things coming at you. Is it all just get a bunch of more technology and that's it, and that's the only way to fix it, or what?
Well, by a coincidence, I was coming here thinking again that thank God I hired my assistant a few months ago, because right before I did it, I remember, I think the highest I had, not a long time ago, I had 17 deals at the same time, doing everything by myself. And when I mean everything, I am a control freak. So for each...
Hello, my name is Claudia, and I'm a control... Oh, wait, no, that's your line, not mine.
Yes.
Sorry.
But, I quote every inspection, like 2, 3, 4 different inspectors. I do everything I do for my clients.
Sure.
I schedule everything. I go to the inspections unless they don't want to go. And I was doing everything by myself because I had tried a transaction coordinator. For people that don't know, is someone that takes care of the contracts, and I was never happy with them. So I had decided I would do it.
Hello, my name
by
is Claudia,
myself.
and I'm a... Oh, excuse me. Sorry. No, that's your line, not mine.
Yes. You have to add one of those here. And I was working 12, 14 hours a day, 7 days a week. So now that I have Sean helping me in the background, because I'm still super busy and I don't know.
So what's it
how
been
I
like
was
for
doing
you
it.
giving up some of that control? Like, what are you willing to, what is someone, as far as like a transaction coordinator, right? To maintain quality service in your mind, how does it work?
Yeah, he's not even a transaction. He's my full-time assistant. So yes, he takes care of the transactions, but more. Well, let me say, see, I'm doing okay. I'm not shaking anymore.
Yeah.
It was, for me, very hard because, letting go of things that I know worked with me and trusting someone to take the
Sure.
same kind of care was not an easy transition. But he's awesome. I'm very thankful. Many times I'm going to from one client to another, and I just think the fact that he is taking care of the paperwork for me, and I don't have to worry. But in the beginning, it didn't matter. Everything he did, I would double check. I still do 30% of the time. I still check because I still have the thing of I don't want to fail ever my client. I don't want to fail my clients. I never want to forget a date or anything. He's doing awesome. I am learning how to let it go, and it's been great, and he's saving my life.
Okay. Well, that's
Yes.
it. Step one is admitting it. Step two
yes.
is taking
Oh,
a step and doing something
100%.
about it. And it
Yes.
sounds like you're doing great things. You're staying so busy. Is it the market? And I hope this doesn't offend you. Or is it you and your awesomeness and you are getting busier? Ultimately, what I'm asking is more or less, what do you think this week? What do you think?
See, if it was based on that, I would not have any business. Because actually, I have to now add I was right or wrong. Right?
Oh, you're adding that into your chart each day
Because I
or each
think
week.
most of the times I'm wrong.
Okay. Well, I don't know. You'd have to tell me the math on it. Over, under, though, more
I think
or less.
I was right here. I'm going to lie. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm always
Somewhere
right.
in there. There you go. That's the easy way to do it. 500,000 or less in the local MLS by county, active and coming soon. Mecklenburg County, a county with a population of 1.1 million. We're looking at active last week was
1575.
1,575 active and coming soon listings under 500,000 in Canopy MLS, which is wild. And speaking of the MLS, pretty big announcement as far as MLS this week.
Yes.
Give me the nitty gritty. Break it down 100%. What does it mean?
You mean the big
Sure.
being a realtor or not?
Well, the
Which
open
one of
MLS, the open MLS announcement.
Again, I think any smart, good, large firm will stay the way it is. We're going to be part of the Realtor Association, MLS, with everything we can, the good and the bad, as everything in life. I always say everything in life has always the good and the bad. Being a realtor, being a realtor or a realtor firm has the good stuff and the bad stuff. I think at the end, it's going to be okay.
And this is a genuine question. Do you find that clients understand the difference between being a realtor and a broker?
No. It's actually, there's a meme with Sofia Vergara from.
I know who she is. I know she's AGT, America's Got Talent.
So
yeah, there you go.
Because in the family show, what is the name? Modern Family. Her brother-in-law was a realtor, and there's a meme not a meme. It's an actual thing from the show that someone says, "Oh, you are a broker, a realtor broker," and she's like, "No, he's a realtor. There is a difference somehow." So no, I don't think people understand.
So then it's internally as you think the value from the firm perspective, because you've got to have access to great tools, right?
Yes.
You've got to have access to the
And
things
we
going
do
on, the
have.
knowledge, the information, the data of what's going on.
Yes.
There's a lot of that right now as well. Do you find yourself wanting to utilize those more tools? Or are you just out on the road, you're just looking for the house and it's your negotiating skills that's getting these things done for your clients?
Yes. But yeah, I think it is me and many of my colleagues, of course. But yeah, we have amazing tools that, of course, I use to learn more, to understand more, to study the market. So I love what they offer.
So we'll take that as a combo.
Yes.
It's a combo.
Yes.
Okay. Did it change your life at all when you saw the email or the announcement, or no, you just kept going like it was nothing?
It's nothing. I'm too busy to worry.
Okay.
Yes. But yeah, this morning, 9 in the morning, I was meeting a new client, a new buyer. We talked about the changes because he's like, I know, I heard something. I have no idea what's going on. So I explained. So far, so good. In North Carolina, we've been doing it since August 1st, at least in my firm. So officially, August 17th was the first day with the changes. We've been doing since August 1st.
You're talking about the acknowledging compensation.
Yes.
Gotcha.
So I explained to him, and he's like, okay, let's do it. So again, so far, I think as long as you explain the changes, which again are not huge changes in North Carolina, we've always had that. It's just more being louder about it. We've always had buyer compensation on the agreement. It's just now being louder when we talk about it.
And really, it's a procedural process different. If you're talking about, right, because you still have to disclose, and everything's negotiable already as far as commission. There is no standardized commission. That's always a misconception in the marketplace.
Yes.
But second to that, you've got to process differently, explain it to people. The bigger thing you got to process and do different too, having an agency agreement in writing prior to even showing a house. Compass obviously been working on that, many of the tools. How's all of that going? What's the talk in the market? Anything going on? Oh, wait. We got to go to break.
Okay,
You're going to have to.
let's do it.
Wait, that's going to have to wait for
All right.
just a minute. Also, did you lock in more or less yet? I didn't know if
No.
you locked it in or not.
More.
More? It's just more. It's up only. Is that what it is?
Yes.
Any good deals out there?
No. Yes. No.
Keep it right here. Today's Real Talk with Claudia Ogrizek and Justin Ckezepis will return after this short break on 105.9, 100.7 WSIC.
Well, the heat's set to come back as a lot of our kids around the Lake Norman area get back to school this week, too. Heat and humidity cranking up. We're back up around 90, plenty of sunshine. Still not all that sticky today, but you'll really start to feel the difference as we go throughout the next couple of days. Overnight, a partly cloudy sky will fall back into the upper 60s for our Tuesday, getting hotter and feels like temperatures by the middle of the week going to be up around 100 even the low 100s. That's your forecast from the WSIC Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
The WSIC app is available now wherever you get your apps, featuring local deals from great local businesses like Serenity Now Massage Therapy.
Here is your WSIC community calendar. Langtree, Lake Norman, and Mooresville presents Vegas McGraw on Thursday, August 29th. Event time is 6:30 p.m. with music starting at 7. The Langtree Live free concert series powered by Waves Entertainment rolls on this Thursday with Vegas McGraw. The Center Stage Alliance holds the Bluegrass Jam on Friday night. Bring your favorite instrument and come jam every Friday at 109 East Broad Street in Statesville. The Iredell County Fair opens Friday night at the Fairgrounds in Troutman. The 88th annual event, sponsored by the Kiwanis Club, features some of the best entertainment in the area, including go-kart racing, carnival rides for all ages, competitive 4-H exhibits and animal shows, the magic of Lance Gifford, and much more. The fair runs through September 7th. Gates and rides open weekdays at 5 p.m. and on weekends at 3 p.m. Tickets are $5, while kids 6 and under are free. Carnival ride tickets and wristbands are available at the ticket box. Enjoy the Iredell County Fair for 9 straight days beginning this Friday at the Fairgrounds in Troutman. The town of Davidson presents the Music and Makers concert series on Saturday. Main Street businesses will feature handmade items produced by local makers. Take advantage of the social district and enjoy live music at the Crazy Pig Stage on 402 South Main Street in Davidson beginning at 2 p.m. On September 7th, see the top riders from the Monster Energy AMA Supercross Championship as they compete on a custom-built course at Zenax Dragway. The playoff opener features a two-moto format for the 450cc class and the 250cc class, promising plenty of drama and excitement the moment the gates drop. The Super Motocross Fan Fest is a pre-race event taking place from 8 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. where you can see the teams practice, prepare, and qualify for the playoff round and is included in the event ticket. Don't miss the biggest Super Motocross race of the year. Visit CharlotteMotorspeedway.com or the CMS app for information and details. To keep up with all the events happening around the community and much more, including amazing local deals, download the WSIC News app today.
It's today's Real Talk with Claudia Ogrizek and Justin Ckezepis on 105.9 100.7 WSIC. Local starts here.
Today's Real Talk, the show focused on North Carolina real estate. Justin Ckezepis, Claudia Ogrizek of Compass Real Estate. On this Monday afternoon right now, where it's fake fall just happened for the past couple of days. It's now back to sweltering heat. School started officially today for CMS.
By the way, I had a terrifying moment on my way here.
Uh-oh.
Because I forgot about it. So I was coming. I live in Huntersville, so it's not far. But I got the JV Washam traffic.
Oh, you hit it? Buses?
On West. No, just parents waiting.
Did you see any buses today, by the way? I still don't think I saw any buses today.
On my street, in the
Okay.
morning.
They're out and about.
Mm-hmm. But I got the JV Washam on Old Statesville, and I thought, oh my God, I'm going to be late. Even though I'm always early to be early, but that moment of seeing all the cars, so I have to remember from now on, it's school traffic back.
Yeah.
So
that's a big shift. Did the market shift based on the school? Do you think that, okay, this is the typical cycle, let's say, of a go to sleep a little bit, and then once school starts, people start looking and getting out again?
Well, I put a house under contract on Thursday. I got two new clients today. So it's happening. People are buying. They are looking. And I do think that after the election, because we believe interest rates will come down, there will be more people.
There's a lot of talk it may happen in September. I don't know if that necessarily means anything, a quarter point moving down or a tenth of a point, or you know what I mean? I don't know what really opens the door in the market. Do you hear is it a rate? Is it a price? Because if the rate just comes down, it feels like there's enough demand, the price is just going to go up unless I'm wrong.
Exactly. And that's why I've been telling people, don't wait, because rates come down, prices will go up. It's just the way the market happens. So I'm telling people, don't wait. And maybe you can, especially now, kind of knowing it should happen, try to go under contract now, thinking about September, because you might be able to lock the price, and under contract, you can lock the rate the moment it comes down. It's a gamble, yes, but either way, I think when they come down, more buyers will start coming to the market again, and prices, even if it takes a while for the actual closing prices to go up, I do believe that the bidding war and asking for more will happen.
Okay, so more or less, where last week it was 1,575 units under 500,000. Obviously, that didn't 10x in a week, right, or anything like that. So, new construction queen, is there enough inventory in the new construction space right now, or coming online, that will provide opportunities?
The problem with new construction right now, and I was talking to one of the new construction people half an hour ago, is that some of the builders are being naughty and not putting stuff on MLS. So I drive around, and whenever I see something, I take pictures because I cannot count on the houses being on MLS. And people have to understand when they do that, this is my opinion, allegedly, they're doing it so people call them without an agent. And of course, they prefer an unrepresented buyer just because if you're unrepresented, you don't really know what you can demand. So it's easier for the builder to deal with someone that has no clue. So whatever they say, all the rehearsed cuteness seems awesome when the buyer doesn't know, they have rights and they have ways to negotiate. So I think some builders don't put it on MLS, so it's harder for us to know all the inventory because it's not available.
There is certainly the conversation to be had about, the buyer being represented by a broker and the broker actually doing anything through the deal. The way you do things is very different than the average broker, right?
Yes, and I hear that all the time. Every builder, they come to me and to my clients many times at the end of the deal and they say, hey, you were lucky because your realtor is actually working for you the whole time. Because yes, unfortunately, there are realtors that come, sign day one, disappear, come back on closing day to get the check.
Yes.
So it upsets the builder, of course, and upsets the clients. I've had many clients that worked with me that came from someone else and they say, I had no idea that a realtor would do what you do because they had a previous not great experience.
And so this situation again of compensation, right? Now clear cooperation is a different conversation, though, obviously, and so there's definitely some things that will continue to get worked out. It'll be years, I think, before anything kind of shifts again in the market as far as this level, this gratitude, because of how long it took even for, let's say, the compensation conversation to finally come to a head and figure that self out. So it's a long, windy road, but the market's going to keep going no matter what right now. And so what about for sellers? What's it been like for the past week? What's the scuttle?
More than anything, I beg people. And I know I'm repetitive, but at the same time, I know I need to be repetitive because I know most of the information, like all over, right? Our lives is so filled with information coming from all sides that I know that even though I say stuff, it goes away and it takes a while. Before I talk about listing or anything, about maintenance and taking care of the house, I just got a call. She's not my client. She wants to be one day when she's ready, but she works with, let's say, home maintenance. And she needed an engineer because, her boss got a house, blah, blah. Anyway, it was the crawl space. So the house looked okay.
Oh, no. So
I don't know exactly. Again, this is like an off-the-market kind of deal, so I don't think there was an agent or anything, but this investor bought a house. And as they started to renovate it to put it on the market, they found out that the crawl space, the foundation, everything was
crusty,
completely rotten. So she asked me for some engineers. And as I was going back to my emails and everything else, one of my deals, I remember I had the sellers. And I know they took great care of the house as far as what they knew what to do. They never went to the crawl space. They took amazing care of everything else. They had a beautiful home, beautiful landscaping, but they never went down there. And as the house went under contract, an inspector came, and there was fungal growth, wood rot. There were pipes that were slightly leaking, but leaking. So they were hit by a $25,000 request to fix the structure of the house. They were in shock because they said, how is this possible? Like, we take great care of, and I knew them and I knew that. And I'm like, because you never go to the crawl space. You never go to the attic. So please, and everything else that I keep talking about, please keep like, take good care of your house, because if you find something in the beginning, it's going to cost nothing if you take the measurements, or if you pretend it's not there, or if you don't want to look at it, it might cost you $25,000. It could cost you a deal. A buyer could walk away.
I just thought of a random idea for a product. You put a little alarm inside the attic or the crawl space, makes the person go in and have to push the button to make it turn off.
Right, I'm going to start hiding.
Just to make it be in there. TM on that, by the way. I don't know if that's how that works. But.
I am that crazy that I'm thinking, just for informational purposes, to get my house inspected to show everyone on my Instagram.
Oh, wow. You're going to let people in like that?
See
the dust bunnies and everything?
I'm not selling my house. I mean, if you come with a great offer, sure, show me the money and I'll do it. Officially, I'm not selling my house, but I'm serious. I'm thinking about getting an inspector and say, hey, come here.
Chop it up.
And
do
how do you say
worst.
The comedy club? The roast me.
Oh.
Roast me. Come here and find every issue to see, because I'm talking every week about maintenance, and I talk on a daily basis, things to do. And I'm like, I might I'll be on camera and
go for it. Just do IG live with it too, just the whole time?
I might.
I don't know if the inspector would be okay.
I don't know. I think so. I think Bailey, she's pretty
climbing up on ladders and stuff on the roof. How's it look?
Yes. But I'm serious. I'm thinking, since I am talking about maintenance all the time, I might have the challenge of like,
the walk.
Hey, I'm going to show you how important it is.
Dang.
And I might hear things I don't want to hear. And I wish inspector, this is something my brain goes, my rabbit hole of, I wish inspectors would have some kind of program, like you buy the house, you use the inspector. It's, let's say, about $500 for the inspection when you're under contract. And then you could have some kind of a maintenance program that they would come every 2 years.
Check up on
for
things.
a better, like a lower price, because I don't think many people want to spend $500 checking on stuff.
Wow.
Right? Like a lower price, and they would come and say, hey, I saw this, this, and that. So people can take, so you don't have to worry about it if you don't want to, but the inspector would help you.
TM on that, by the way. You can come to my house and you can inspect my house, but you're going to see how dirty I live. That's fine. We'll get through it together. Don't worry.
Okay. And I'll go live on your house.
No. I do have a crawl space, though. I do get in there every once in a while because it's also like a toy graveyard. And so I get a request.
Pokemons, yes, I know.
No, not the, I found the Pokemon.
Listen to the radio. By the way, I was going to meet my new client today. I was listening to the show.
Uh-oh.
And it was funny because at the end you said
we
had
funny,
the show. Yes, but
okay.
no, but you said at the end at 3:00, Claudia Ogrizek. So it was kind of weird to hear my own name on the radio.
I talk about you on the radio.
I know.
I talk about the market a lot. You know, we talk about real estate.
But it was interesting. So it's like, oh, I know this. It's me.
Yeah,
so
it's definitely
here
you.
I am. Yeah. Let's talk about the market.
In the flesh.
Yes.
All right, more or less. What do you think?
More.
Definitely more.
I'll push for more. Yes.
She wants more inventory, more supply.
I'm manifesting.
Do buyers need more supply? We need more supply in the market to find balance?
100%. Yes.
Dang. So there ain't nowhere for people to go. Where are you going to put them?
I don't know. New construction. That's why I need the builders to put everything on MLS.
So you just put them out there everywhere?
So we can find. There are builders offering amazing bonuses. So.
You think builders are waiting for prices to come down a little bit, though, too, as far as labor and supplies? No? Doesn't matter to them? Interesting. Well, we'll see. More of that. More or less, she thinks it's more than last week as far as 500,000 or less active and coming soon in the local MLS by county. We'll find out.
Keep it right here. Today's Real Talk with Claudia Ogrizek and Justin Ckezepis will return after this short break on 105.9, 100.7 WSIC.
Well, the heat's set to come back as a lot of our kids around the Lake Norman area get back to school this week, too. Heat and humidity cranking up. We're back up around 90, plenty of sunshine. Still not all that sticky today, but you'll really start to feel the difference as we go throughout the next couple of days. Overnight, a partly cloudy sky will fall back into the upper 60s for our Tuesday, getting hotter, and feels like temperatures by the middle of the week could be up around 100, even the low 100s. That's your forecast from the WSIC Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
I occasionally have nerve discomfort in my hands, so the things I love to do...
Let's play something, Grandma.
...became difficult as I got older.
If you have occasional stabbing and burning in your hands and feet, try Nervive Nerve Relief. Nervive's clinically studied dose of alpha-lipoic acid reduces occasional nerve discomfort in as little as 7 days with continued daily use. Say yes to healthy nerves with Nervive Nerve Relief. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Febreze. As a rideshare driver, I love keeping my car smelling fresh and clean. So when I'm driving, I only trust new Febreze car vent clips, now with 3 times greater scent control, because it's that little touch that sets me apart. I can turn the intensity down for subtle freshness, or I can turn it up for when I want lots of scent. So whether it's set to low, medium, or high, with new Febreze car, I know my car's going to smell amazing, which keeps my driver rating right where it belongs. Picking up Oscar!
This is Brad with Lake Norman Patio and Game Rooms in Mooresville. Come check us out for high-end outdoor furniture, home decor, and the best man cave furniture around. LKNPatioandGameRooms.com, outdoor living at its finest.
Prioritizing your health is one of the best ways to take care of yourself. From routine visits to the joys of pregnancy to the illnesses that stop you in your tracks, Iredell Health System will be by your side. Learn more at iredellhealth.org.
Bob McIntosh here with the McIntosh Law Firm in Davidson. Serving this community has been a collective passion of our law firm since 1997. We offer the quality legal services and results you would expect from a large downtown firm, but with a personal, community-focused approach right here at home. The McIntosh Law Firm, your local legal resource.
To learn more about the McIntosh Law Firm, visit McIntoshLawFirm.com.
Are you in constant pain, under constant stress? Just need a moment away? Repeat after me. Serenity Now Massage Therapy. SerenityNowMassageAndWellness.com with locations in Mooresville and Cornelius.
This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. Despite growing use of renewable energy like solar and wind power, ExxonMobil now predicts by the year 2050, just 25 years from now, oil demand will be the same or even higher than it is right now. That's because of global industrial demand. Meantime, oil prices today up 3.5%, topping $77 a barrel again. That's after Israel and Iran-backed Hezbollah militants in Lebanon exchanged missile attacks this weekend. It's also got Wall Street investors on edge. Right now, the Dow is up very slightly, about 0.1%, but the NASDAQ down 0.8%, the S&P down by 1/3%. Uber has been slapped with a big fine, $324 million for not protecting data from its own drivers. That's in the Netherlands. Uber says it will appeal. And it's that time of year, apparently, on store shelves. As soon as next week, Hostess spooky Halloween Twinkies, which are black, not yellow. We'll also see green and orange Franken cupcakes. Tom Busby, Bloomberg Radio.
Call now to speak with Claudia Ogrizek and Justin Ckezepis at 844-STUDIO-4. It's today's Real Talk on 105.9, 100.7 WSIC.
Today's Real Talk, the show focused on North Carolina real estate. Justin Ckezepis, Claudia Ogrizek of Compass Real Estate. Getting closer and closer to more or less. Are there more or less units than last week? Active and coming soon in the local MLS, 500,000 less by county, always starting with Mecklenburg County. Last week, 1,575. You also will have a Maintenance Monday, unless you already gave us that. Is that the Maintenance Monday is crawl space?
No, it's not.
Oh, it's not. We're going to go even deeper than the crawl space.
Maybe.
Wow.
Let me see. Let me try to...
Okay. We'll find out.
Give me 2 seconds, yeah.
No, we'll find out if that's going to happen or not. What do you think?
Yeah.
Something different?
Yes.
Okay. Yes, no, maybe so. We'll find that out, too, at some point today. We've talked about buyers. We've talked about sellers. You have a lot of relationships with a lot of different vendors in this game. Mm-hmm. What's the sentiment around? I mean, because are home inspectors getting like, if you don't do this tomorrow, are lenders, is it appraisals? Is the pace slowed down because the volume is slower?
I I don't think so. I don't know exactly the numbers because, again, I know that the top agents and I'm sure the top lenders, the top inspectors all take care of like 80% of the market. So, and I'm very happy to be in the top, one of the top producers. So the top people in every area of real estate, we are all crazy busy. But at the same time, I do know I have friends in the area that have nothing going on. But I do think that whoever is busy, we are all crazy booked. So the second we go under contract, I'm calling everyone, inspectors, the lenders to get things going so we have time, contractors to come for estimates, even though we have, which is amazing, spec, they help a lot with the estimates as soon as we have the inspections. So I think the top producers in the whole, all combined, are very busy right now. Like sometimes it's like, how soon can you do? And it's like 3-4 days and we make it work. And this is also important for people to know. Let's say when I call an inspector and they are busy, I know that they will change their schedule for me because I give them so much business that if I say, hey, I need you to come tomorrow because we have a short due diligence period, they will, and it's not only me, all top producers, they will make us their priority because we keep giving them business nonstop. So of course, they will prioritize their everyday agents. So this is also why the right agent matters, because the right agent has the right connections, people that are willing to move stuff around to cater to them because we give them business.
It truly is a full relationship.
Yes,
It's a big process of relationship and knowing who's involved in what process.
Yes.
And every transaction is still unique, even though the sentiment may be the same in the marketplace, right? Low supply, high demand. But every transaction still being independent, and some of which are not going well, some of which encounter very complicated scenarios in the middle of an already serious life change, and you've got to deal with it.
Yes.
Whether that be a potential, let's say, non-disclosure, or let's say a personal life event, financial event. There's many, many things that can happen throughout a deal.
Oh, so many things, yes. And a good agent, of course, there are things we have to tell we have to tell the clients. But a good agent will also try to figure things out and fix everything and make sure everything is working without telling the clients if it's not needed. Like I do my very best with everyone I work with not to stress, because moving, buying, selling, it is pretty stressful. So behind the scenes, we are trying our very best not to have to tell clients something if we feel that we can take care of it without talking to them, because then they never stressed about it. We find a way to. So many times it's just like, hey, this happened, but it only gets to the point of us talking unless when we need the buyers or when we need the seller, when we have the conversation, you have a team behind you taking care of everything to make it as easy as possible for you to move to the next house.
I think a lot of it is if then, right? Because there are a lot of the conversation roles, and let's take, for example, the appraisal. And the appraisal gets scheduled, and then the ultimate next question is, well, when do we get the value back and what's approved? Well, it's got to, not to mention just come back as an official report from the appraiser, but then it's got to go to the lender and go through the lender's process. And at whatever point in the queue, and depending how busy the lender is, as far as when that appraisal gets processed and when you can get some approvals on some final things and move forward with some other dates or due diligence repair requests that may involve getting a quote from different other third-party vendors related in the home services space. All of that are if-then equations. And I imagine a lot of the communication is, okay, we're anticipating this coming this week. We're anticipating this coming the next week. And so the question becomes, you've got to figure out in the transaction, how do you provide enough information so your client is aware?
Yeah, never hiding, but always setting expectations. I think this is extremely important, setting expectations, knowing the dates. So now I had like a manual system that I used. And again, because I'm a control freak, I had it all
Hi, my name is
going
Claudia.
on.
Oh, wait, that's your line.
But now with Sean and with Compass, there is I mean, it's a beautiful, well-oiled machine. So my clients, the day we go under contract, of course, we have first the meeting, knowing how everything works. I have a seller like flyer explaining everything. I have a buyer one. But as soon as we go under contract, they get a beautiful timeline, so they know what's coming next. On like they can print and put on their fridge. They have a calendar on Google, and I'm constantly texting or emailing them saying, hey, this is what's going to happen now.
Right.
Of course, because people are different, so there are people that are, this is also like each transaction is different. Some people they don't care. They're like, you do your thing, just let me know when to sign.
Yeah.
And some people that want to know every single detail. So now I think I got to a good average thing that makes 99% of people super aware.
Yeah.
But yeah, there will be people that need more, and I'm okay in sharing and teaching and talking to them. But yes, always setting expectations under promise, over deliver. Yes.
That's the way to handle it.
That's the way to do it.
Okay, so that's what the market is looking like overall. What about the future? What do you think happens, let's say, over the next let's not do it week to week, right, in the sense of looking at, because the market is not going to shift dramatically. It's going to take incremental steps to get there. Is there a path forward to normalization, or are we in a heavy holding pattern of high demand and low supply for a longer term period than maybe some may expect?
Talk about Charlotte, Lake Norman, our area. I think it's going to be difficult for, I think, quite some time because of the low inventory, because we expect interest rates to come down, because we have hundreds of people moving, and I'm very happy about it, but we have way more people moving in than moving out, new jobs, taxes, everything that's attracting more and more and more people, and we cannot keep up with the construction. And that's why we were talking, I don't know, during the break about the apartments, like they're trying to go. So
sure, there's more going vertical. I mean,
Yes.
there's apartments is the density is a supply fix, if you would. That is in the equation. More units in a smaller space enables more supply.
Yeah, but I don't see in our market, I don't see things getting easier at all for buyers. For sellers, maybe. But again, if you're a seller and you're buying it ends up
It's always
also
where you're
being
gonna
hard.
go.
Yes.
Right, it's where you're going to go.
So you make a lot of money, but at the same time you're paying.
Right.
Unless you can crash someone's couch.
Sure, or if you've got maybe land, there are people looking for land and like land and are okay with the build a custom home themselves in that process and dealing with the GC.
Yeah, but then again, the prices are crazy.
For new
I
construction.
have for anything, GCs and builders, and I have clients that just closed on a house, and I'm, helping them get quotes to renovate the kitchen, which is like a pretty normal sized kitchen. It's like $100,000, $70,000 without tile, without appliances. I'm like, you're crazy. So even to build, because the demand is so high, they are charging a lot because they can.
You know what's crazy? You can see when a permit gets pulled, there's supposed to be like a value that the contractors put on there. And when you see some of these pools that are going up, and then they have services you can get notified. So that way, like a new permit's pulled in there. They have like, those, what is it, like the home stuff that you can get online, right? Or whatever. What's the old one where it would be Angie's List? You remember like Angie's List? Is that still a thing out there?
I think that you changed the name, but yes.
Next Door and all that? Are people still on that thing?
I'm not, but I know.
People are.
I have the app, but I never check, but yes.
Okay, well, that seems to be happening in the community. Maybe they're talking about more or less. Are there more or less units than last week to week? We're almost getting to 2,000. We need to calm down a little bit.
No, don't say that. No.
Keep it going.
Keep it going.
Okay, more real estate talk. Claudia Ogrizek of Compass Real Estate, Justin Ckezepis. We're going to find out. Is it more or less? She's already locked it in. She said...
Yes. I'm manifesting.
Okay, manifesting more.
There's more of today's Real Talk with Claudia Ogrizek and Justin Ckezepis on the way from 105.9, 100.7 WSIC.
Well, the heat's set to come back as a lot of our kids around the Lake Norman area get back to school this week, too. Heat and humidity cranking up. We're back up around 90, plenty of sunshine. Still not all that sticky today, but you'll really start to feel the difference as we go throughout the next couple of days. Overnight, a partly cloudy sky will fall back into the upper 60s for our Tuesday, getting hotter and feels like temperatures by the middle of the week going to be up around 100, even the low 100s. That's your forecast from the WSIC Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
Here is your WSIC community calendar. Langtree, Lake Norman, and Mooresville presents Vegas McGraw on Thursday, August 29th. Event time is 6:30 p.m. with music starting at 7. The Langtree Live free concert series powered by Waves Entertainment rolls on this Thursday with Vegas McGraw. The Center Stage Alliance holds the Bluegrass Jam on Friday night. Bring your favorite instrument and come jam every Friday at 109 East Broad Street in Statesville. The Iredell County Fair opens Friday night at the Fairgrounds in Troutman. The 88th annual event, sponsored by the Kiwanis Club, features some of the best entertainment in the area, including go-kart racing, carnival rides for all ages, competitive 4-H exhibits and animal shows, the magic of Lance Gifford, and much more. The fair runs through September 7th. Gates and rides open weekdays at 5 p.m. and on weekends at 3 p.m. Tickets are $5, while kids 6 and under are free. Carnival ride tickets and wristbands are available at the ticket box. Enjoy the Iredell County Fair for 9 straight days beginning this Friday at the Fairgrounds in Troutman. The town of Davidson presents the Music and Makers concert series on Saturday. Main Street businesses will feature handmade items produced by local makers. Take advantage of the social district and enjoy live music at the Crazy Pig Stage on 402 South Main Street in Davidson beginning at 2 p.m. On September 7th, see the top riders from the Monster Energy AMA Supercross Championship as they compete on a custom-built course at ZMAX Dragway. The playoff opener features a two-moto format for the 450cc class and the 250cc class, promising plenty of drama and excitement the moment the gates drop. The Super Motocross Fan Fest is a pre-race event taking place from 8 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. where you can see the teams practice, prepare, and qualify for the playoff round and is included in the event ticket. Don't miss the biggest Super Motocross race of the year. Visit CharlotteMotorspeedway.com or the CMS app for information and details. To keep up with all the events happening around the community and much more, including amazing local deals, download the WSIC News app today.
Today's Real Talk continues now. Here are your hosts, Claudia Ogrizek and Justin Ckezepis on 105.9 100.7 WSIC.
Today's Real Talk, the show focused on North Carolina real estate. Justin Ckezepis, Claudia Ogrizek of Compass Real Estate. Coming into the last segment, you look befuddled. Is that the right word? Is that the word?
I don't know.
Okay.
We didn't talk about the big thing that is going on, the gossip in the moment.
Oh, what's the gossip? Oh, my goodness.
That Ryan Reynolds.
Oh, Ryan Reynolds is a superstar.
Blakely Lively might have bought a house. Actually, I forgot. I was going to check.
I don't know.
I know the house. Yes, yeah. I know the house they're talking about.
Okay.
I think it's in Myers Park.
Ooh.
And I forgot. I was going to check if I can find the deed.
Yeah.
And I forgot. But apparently, we're gonna have Ryan Reynolds and Blakely Lively
living in the area.
And I might have because I was in the area. I might have driven by the house, and it might have seen that they are painting it and doing some work.
Oh, I didn't know it was confirmed all the way to the level that
I don't know if it's true, but everybody's talking about it.
That's the word on the street. People are gonna be disappointed. Or how do you think they're gonna, if it's not them, and then people like come over like, oh my god, oh you're not Ryan Reynolds?
I don't think it's gonna be okay because that area is, I think, my favorite area.
The Myers Park area in particular.
I love those huge trees and the wide streets and the beautiful homes, of course. So even if it's not true, I don't think how you can be disappointed looking at beautiful. I don't know. I am obsessed. One day I might have a car accident. I know it's horrible to say this, but nothing violent, but I hit a tree or something because it's not that I'm looking at houses. Do you drive around looking at houses? Because I go like,
I'm always looking
ugly,
at houses for
beautiful.
sure.
It doesn't matter. I'm looking at houses.
Yeah, a lot of my time spent more and more, like I like residential these days, don't get me wrong, but commercial has caught my eye for years now, and that's really the interesting part for me is the ground up on commercial. It's a very different game, and it's a different process. You talk about the Wild Wild West, right?
Mm-hmm.
And right now, what's going vertical and commercial and what's, to come, because you're talking about a process of entitlements that takes years. It's similar to a new subdivision, right? Like that's more of a commercial process until you're talking about the individual pads at that point. We've got Alexander Farms right here. That's locally here. That's not even, some of those units have gone vertical in the back, but we haven't even seen the commercial going vertical right here yet.
I wish where's the little house? I thought.
It's still there on the corner, isn't it?
I don't think so.
Oh, did they move
Am I
it?
crazy? I think they moved it. And I thought it would be super cool since they're doing it. And I get it. Things happen. We're growing. But I wish they would have kept the
I
cute
think that was
little
part
house.
of it, is that they were going to put it on the corner. I don't know if
I don't
something may
know.
have changed or something has changed with the structural integrity of it or anything over.
I'm pretty sure I haven't seen it. So I think it was moved. I might be wrong. I'm going to pay attention on my way out today.
The other aspect is transportation, and that's going to become more and more of a vital conversation. We are getting to the point, though, that we're starting to see more orange cones come up, right? Because these projects are, in a relatively short time, are going to have a dirt moving, be in that process and phase. And there's a lot of things that happen before that, right? The acquisition side, the investigation of easements, the marking of lines, the preparing for utilities. All of that's about to start on a lot of these. And so there's going to be a lot more pain on the transportation side.
Yes. And one thing that I don't know if it's ever going to happen, and it's public transportation.
Sure.
Right?
That's a huge discussion right now.
It's a huge thing. It's extremely important. I don't know. I don't think it's being done, not only here in Lake Norman, but anywhere, that it should be a major concern, and it's not. Talk about this because I listen to your show in the morning, and Jeff, every day, and I am on 25, 23, right? This is my exit, and every day, everything is good, but exit 25 and 23. I'm like, thank you. This is where I live. And now 23 will have, especially 23. If I'm going south, I use 23. If I'm coming north, I use 25. And every day is like, something here in Mooresville, and then exit 23, and exit 25 every day. And our 23, the diamond thing is almost ready.
Yeah.
It's been taking
on
forever.
23. Yeah, the divergent. Well, and you've got on 21, right? Statesville, north of Gilead, you've got now where you have a light down by the cookout. You have to make a right if you're up by the Dunkin' and you're exiting, and it's a different flow of traffic.
Why. I look at it. This morning I was looking and I was like, why this whole change? I don't think it's going to work well, but I'm trying to figure out what's going to happen.
So what my mind goes to, because you had the original start of this was you asked me, am I looking at houses? But I'm looking at now that commercial stuff and seeing, okay, the flow of traffic is moving this way. So the value on these particular units just went down and the value on these units just went up. When you talk about a buyer of a unit, let's say 10 years ago, and what the expectation was, and the way the profits are flowing purely because of which corner the property was on. And when we're talking about leasing on these major retail, right? Dunkin' is a major player, right? And there's local franchises, and don't get me wrong about all that. But at the same time, there's also major players that only do corporate franchising. And they look at those things from $1 per square foot, and that's what determines whether or not a deal will get put together and whether something will happen.
Someone told me, I think last week, I don't remember who, but someone said you should be commercial. You should do commercial real estate. I don't know. I love the.
There's all different kinds of commercial though too.
No, but the residential, the emotion. I think I'm too.
And that's okay.
I'm bossy, but I'm softy.
Yeah. You do a great job helping people in the process.
I love that.
It's the process that is very specific. And it requires a specific person to walk you through it, and you do a great job at it. There's no shame in that.
So I don't know if commercial would be. I've never tried it, but I almost feel like it's too cold for me.
Look, everyone sees through your facade right now, and you're trying to avoid the game, and that's what ultimately is happening, and we all know it. So more or less, now it's time for Claudia to, as she's already submitted her answer, I do believe, for whether or not there are more or less units on the market, active and coming soon in the local MLS, Canopy MLS, 500,000 or less by county, starting and always looking at Mecklenburg, more or less than last week.
More.
And last week there were 1,575. Claudia Ogrizek, you say more. This week there are more. 1,628. Let's see. You can even hit the horns here, right here. Push that right there. Let's see if...
this one?
Yeah, that one. No, not that one. The one in the middle.
No.
We'll get there. They'll give you the signal when you can push the button. But there are more. Congratulations.
1628.
1,628. That's a pretty big jump. I don't know. We should start doing percentages and things like that.
I'm very happy. Let's not.
Because in a county with a population of 1.1 million, now we've moved up to 1,628 units under 500,000. And I bring up the 500,000 because here's the equation. For those who live here already, the wages factor is a situation compared to people moving here from other marketplaces that are at these companies and higher levels and remote style work that had employers and people from other markets that are now coming here and looking here. Does that have any effect, you think, as far as which buyers and which sellers are, I don't want to say succeeding because anybody can succeed in the marketplace, but who is seeming to be able to play the game easier right now?
Out-of-state people? Because they have more money. It's sad because, of course, I want to help everyone, but of course, I want to help everyone, but it hurts a little when I know my clients from other countries, other states can come here and do it faster and with more, than with more money, more cash than people that are here. So I think we are behind. Wage-wise, we are behind. People here are behind it. We need some better salaries, better wages in North Carolina and in Charlotte. Prices went crazy. Everything went up since COVID, and it's been tough. But
I want to, like the inner heart of me says, yeah, like it should be more wages. And at the same time, it's like the market always reacts. And the genie just came out of the bottle for North Carolina in COVID for whatever, whether that be a policy reason, a vibes reason, or anything in between. The genie's out of the bottle in North Carolina. It's hard to see it stopping at this point. In comparison, when you look at it by a state level, these companies are going to go somewhere. There's always going to be something, no matter the ups and downs of a market, there will always be sectors and individuals who succeed and are doing great business-wise. And thankfully, a good problem to have is they want to come here to North Carolina. But it does create an interesting mathematical scenario for those who have been here for a long time because they're accustomed to a particular cost of living, and that cost of living is adjusting because the more people that come here, it is more expensive on a tax basis for residential to take care of than for commercial. And so when you've also got certain spendings, right, things that are happening like that, bonds and all that are great. We need more roads, we need more parks, we need all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But understanding that that's going to cost more money to maintain over time. And the biggest piece of all this, and I've said this thousands of times, the government's the best manager in the world at all this, right? And so ultimately, when some of these major projects that require federal funding, that require state, that require even local funding, they're going to be in the management game. And that is an unfortunate reality that we have to also play within as well.
Yes.
And that's commercial real estate.
Mm-hmm. I'll think about it. I might start just for fun. One day, let's get a deal
Here
together.
goes another. It's like she was going to get her GC last time, and now
I still want to be a GC. Oh my God, are you kidding me? It's still there. It might happen. Let's see. Once Sean, my assistant, not him, it's me. When I am ready to, I might get my GC license finally. I would love to be a GC besides being a realtor.
That's a goal. That could be a personal goal.
And again, it's not about money. It's about helping. I know it's crazy, about helping people be able to renovate and do things they need without overcharging.
The market is shifting, but it feels like everyone's life is shifting right now. Your daughter, are you seeing personal scenarios as well when you represent clients? How deep does it get? Do you get an actual relationship with these people?
Yes.
You guys like sending Christmas cards together and things like that, you think?
Well,
are you a Christmas card gal? Do you like Christmas cards and all that?
I am not a big card person.
Okay.
It's something actually that I forget. It's not a thing Brazilians do. And even though I've been here for 10 years, it's something I can't get used to it. I forget. We've never had a family picture thing. So no, I'm not very good. But I do talk to clients. I keep in touch, not CRM. Like it's actually me. I already said that. I do think of clients and I do talk to them for real.
Claudia Ogrizek, Compass Real Estate. Justin Ckezepis. It's been fun hanging out with you. We'll find out next week, more or less.
More. I will never say less.
She's up only. The queen of new construction says more's to come. Don't you worry. Claudia Ogrizek, Compass Real Estate. We'll see you next week.